A lot of people talking about declassification of documents at the federal level. Joining us is Steve Hooper, spent 30 years at the FBI, now a professor at Embry-Riddle School of Security and Intelligence. Let's talk about declassification and these documents. What does this actually mean? RFK, JFK, right. MLK.
Yeah. So if you just look at the types of investigations they're really just criminal investigations. Someone killed somebody else. So it's a criminal investigation, albeit very high profile presidential candidates, a president, and of course MLK. And so the term classified just means that it's sealed. They don't want anyone to see what's going on in the investigation. Classification levels, secret, top secret, and so forth, those have time periods. So most secret documents, and that would be in counterintelligence, counterterrorism, and so forth, those investigations that are classified as secret generally have a 25-year lifespan. So in 25 years, that information can be released. And it's mostly to protect sources and methods. What techniques were used to conduct this investigation? So in these cases, there were sources and methods that were connected to intelligence community, intelligence agencies, USIC, United States Intelligence Community, or the USIC. So there were USIC techniques used in these investigations. That's what they're trying to protect.
But isn't there also an element of protection in other areas? Because the conspiracy theories that come with JFK was there more than one shooter and some of these other incidents. But isn't there a downside to this? Because in these investigations, none of those people are alive and most of their families aren't alive to defend them. If information is in these files about them, that doesn't make them look good, if it makes them look bad. Is that part of the downside of this?
I don't know how much that's brought into it. I think the initial concern is the government might be afraid of what is going to come out, not just sources
about
and
their
methods.
Tactics?
Yes,
yeah.
About how these investigations were done and what they found out. Is that something we want the general public to know? And so I think until they determine that there's nothing, I'll use the word embarrassing, that comes out about how the investigation was done and what they found out, that they decide, you know what, it's okay to let the public know.
But isn't that part of what the American people want to know? Is that, okay, if there were things that were done that may be embarrassing to the government, that by today's standards would be a dramatic overreach, isn't that what the people want to know?
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. They want to know what these investigations found out. You know, to be honest with you, I had to go back and look and see what we all know the JFK conspiracies. You know, the grassy knoll, and the Secret Service accidentally shot him, and there's all kinds of conspiracy.
Well, and then Lee Harvey Oswald is gunned down in transport, and that was all part of to shut him up, and the fact that he was able to hit him twice with a bolt action rifle,
and no scope, iron sights.
Yeah,
and the Marine Corps reenacted it, and the Marine Corps snipers couldn't do it as accurately. So all of that led to questions. And so I think they wanted to make sure, I think the government wanted to make sure that their investigation showed exactly what they had put out there. Because if Lee Harvey Oswald is the shooter, and that's what the government determined, the last thing they want is to open more questions
then they're answering.
Yeah, that's right. It's him. We're good, you know.
So, last question. We've got less than a minute. Do you believe that there will be the release of these documents? Do you think this is coming?
Yeah, I do. I think that the current president, President Trump, this is one of his priorities, and he wants that out there. And you know, again, the conspiracy theories with the other two assassinations, you know, there were more shots fired than the gun that in the RFK shooting.
Yeah.
And so forth. So
now we just got to wait for the movies.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, listen, I appreciate the time as always.
Yeah.
This is going to be fascinating when this information comes out. We'll be back.